story of the fight, listeners. Welcome to today's episode. It's a special episode. We have a guest with us today. We have Mr. Jacob, the Tyga Guerrero, on with us. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here. How
Well,
are
thank
you?
you for joining us, man. Fantastic. So, my name is Romero. That's Will over there.
Hello.
And we try to hop on every Sunday to talk fights. You know, we got Rich, our producer, in the background, but whenever we are able to get an actual fighter on with us, it's always a treat. So thank you once again for making time for us, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man. Pleasure's all mine.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and get started, man. We'll start getting to know you a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So I saw that you're born in Panama. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. How long were you in Panama? When did you end up moving over to the U.S.?
Well, I basically grew up part of my life in Panama. I moved to Colombia for a couple of years, and then came back to Panama, and I moved to the U.S. in 2018, I would say.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Pretty recently.
Yeah. It was basically a one day to another decision. I was like, all right, let's go.
Did you go straight to New York?
No, I was living in Florida, actually.
Okay.
Very interesting in Florida. Out of all the places to go to in the U.S., your first stop was Florida. I apologize.
Good first impression.
Good first impression. He's like, what did I get myself into?
It was weird going up and down. And you get to know a little more than what they say about Florida.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. So did you spend more time in Panama or in Colombia?
I spend more time in Panama. I would say 15, 16 years in Panama.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's home then, right?
Yeah, that's my hometown. I grew up there. I went to school there. Plenty of them.
Okay. So is that where your love for MMA started growing in Panama?
Yes. Actually, my mom was watching MMA when I was a kid, and I was like, "What the hell is this? You guys are celebrating, and this guy's getting beat up, like what?" and it started really late. I just like every other Hispanic kid. I wanted to be a soccer player, and I was like, I'm gonna be a soccer player, but I was really very average, below average. I was like, oh, what am I doing here? I was mostly going just to say like, hey, I didn't quit, but nah, I really was not special.
I might have been the first Hispanic kid that didn't want to play soccer growing up, actually. It was just never drew an interest for me, man. But hey, so your mom is the one that was actually watching MMA at home?
Yes. By the time that Anderson Silva was like the king.
Nice, oh, man.
Nice. Yeah. A good time.
Yeah.
Some would say the best time.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the best reigns ever. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
What was the first like fight that you could fully remember watching for the first time?
I remember, let's see, I would say Aldo versus Uriah Faber.
Oh, nice. That's a nasty one.
That one breaks my heart.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a big Uriah Faber fan.
Yes, man. It was just those leg kicks. Nobody knew what they were back then, and he just kept pounding his legs, and I was like, wow, this guy is nasty.
You're like, this is what I can do with the soccer background. See, because Aldo, right? Wasn't a soccer background for him?
Yeah. Aldo had a soccer background too. I think that's one of the classic pictures too, right? The day after Uriah Faber, where you see his leg that's just all purple and swollen. Have you ever seen that?
Yes. It was all the side of his front leg was destroyed. Like it was swollen. Like he just came out of injury or something.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, that was a nasty one.
To this day, then you still watch a lot of UFC?
Yes. I'm a big fan of the UFC. It's safe to say that my favorite fighter is Shane Burgos.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because
that's a very good choice.
That's not my style. I would never fight that way. But but I like the fact that he goes toe to toe no matter who it is. So I like that. I like him, and I like Justin Gaethje. I think they get in there to fight.
two very violent guys you just named off right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was about
man.
to say Shane Burgos. Talk about a perfect nickname for the fighting style.
Hurricane.
Shane Burgos. Like, come on, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I remember I started seeing him, and I sent him a DM. I was like, "Hey, like, wow, man, you're a killer." And then and he actually hit me back, and I was like, "Oh, nice guy." And now we're teammates.
When you messaged him, were you already training at that point, or were you
I was
just a
already
fan?
training.
Okay, yeah.
But I was very, I was not there yet. I didn't have any fights, or I think I had like 1 or 2 fights, and I was not half of what I know today,
Yeah.
and like I was not gonna be able to be part of the Tiger Schulman's team at that point. I was just not as advanced.
Yeah.
It's amazing how things work out, right? Like here you are, you're a fan of Shane Burgos, you send him a message, he replies back, and now you're teammates.
Yeah. I actually when I moved to Florida, I moved to Florida because of Hard Knocks. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try Hard Knocks. I had a friend in there, and he was like, hey, you know what? You should come over. They'll take care of you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I get there, and just like every other team that I visit, it's always the same thing. And it's like I get there on sparring day, and I was like, oh my. Why just come by tomorrow? We'll take care of you. What should I bring? Oh, just bring mouthpiece, shin guards, and gloves. And I was like, all right, cool. I get there, and there's this. This is a funny story because that's the way I met Mike Chandler.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was sitting there, and I was, I didn't know nothing about Bellator at that moment. I just didn't watch it, and he was just sitting there like this.
Arms crossed.
But yeah, and he was just minding his own business. And I get there and I say hi to everybody, and I just see him. Like he looked like a guy that works out, like a built guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know he fought, and I was like, so hey, what's up? He's like, what's up? And I was like, you train here? And he's like, yeah. Like, oh, nice. And do you fight? And he's like, and he looks at me like. And I'm like, and he's like, yes, I fight. I was like, you have a lot of fights? It's like his head is like, this guy really don't know who the fuck I am, right? Like, and he went to war, and then I started seeing his fights, and he went to war with Eddie Alvarez twice. Like,
Yeah.
he was great back. It still is, but
Oh yeah.
But it was funny because I met him without knowing who he was. Like I had no idea who he was. I knew about Kamaru Usman. I knew about Rumble Johnson. Michael Johnson was there too. Like there was a lot of good guys, but I didn't know who he was. And
That's so funny.
That is awesome, man. So I mean, it seems like you were around a lot of really good fighters too, right? So thinking about it, which fighters have influenced you the most? Probably in wanting to continue pursuing this career and at the same time with your fighting style.
I would say with my fighting style, I always root for the guy that's very dynamic when it comes to striking. I like I've never trained with him ever, but wow, if there's someone that's dynamic and very complete overall, I would say is Sabid Magomedsharipov. It's just a beauty to watch that guy fighting. I would say he has influenced a lot in me how I change how I do my style, because just like at the beginning I didn't know what building record was, or like taking the easy path to the title. And I was like, just like everybody else was in the McGregor train, I was part of the McGregor train for a while, and I was like, I like this guy. I like how he fights, and I love all the shit he talks, and it's like, it's nice. But about him being the best, no, definitely not.
Yeah, that's a good choice though. That's a really good choice.
Sabid Magomedsharipov.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
His jiu-jitsu, his wrestling, his sambo, judo, boxing, kicks, everything. He has the whole thing. Just
He's
not
complete.
cardio. Just not cardio. That's it. That's it. But
The first 2 round cardio.
yeah,
Yeah, first round.
The first 2 rounds, and then it's like, wow, that's it.
No, that's awesome. And dude, if you see the picture, where is it behind me over here? I was on the McGregor train too. You know what I mean? And
didn't we all?
Yeah,
You got to give credit to the guy.
Will was the only one not on the train, I think.
I was when he came on and he beat Marcus Brimage. I was a big Marcus Brimage fan. So when he beat him in his debut, I was like, oh, there's something here. I didn't know of him before that. And then after he got a few wins, I think up until the Dennis Seaver fight, I was a big McGregor fan. And at that point, I kind of stopped being a fan at that point.
Yeah, it's like, to be honest, the only 2 fights that I would give to him will be Alvarez and Aldo. Because when he really got tested, it's like, who has he really beaten that you would say, like, wow,
the old guy in the bar. He took him out. He took him out really easily. No,
Did he though? That dude didn't even get dropped. He just took it.
He took that left hand.
Oh man. All right. So, Jacob, I was looking at the information here, and it seems like you haven't fought since 2019, right?
Yes.
But you have a fight coming up.
Well, that's the issue, because that's why I was going towards the record protecting thing. I was gonna fight for this promotion called Art of Scrap, right? So
okay,
everything was going good. We were just waiting on the contract. So I was gonna fight this Bang Muay Thai coach. His name is Chris Lee, and they offered him the fight. And I mean, you would think that he would take the fight, knowing that he has that much experience through the years as an instructor, right? But then he says no, because the guy has too many fights, because he has never fought before. He has experience inside the gym, but it's not the same under the spotlight. Like, oh, he has too much experience, and they offer me another guy. His name was Jacob Kindig, which is like his best guy. I was all right. I'll take him, and he was 2-0 as a pro. I haven't been able to turn pro yet, and the guy says that I have too much experience. I'm like, what do you mean too much experience? I've never fought in America. You were 2-0 as a pro, and I have too much experience. All right.
Man,
I see what's going on. So as of right now, we're still waiting on CFFC for March 17. Maybe that's a huge possibility, and it's going to be in Tampa. If not, then I'm staying ready. Like, if they tell me, hey, you're gonna fight next week, I'm ready. If you're gonna fight next month, I'm ready. I'm just waiting on a contract or something to upgrade.
Okay.
Right now is taking care of that, but as of right now, these 2 were just a waste of time, I would say.
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. Do you want your next one to be your first pro fight?
Yes.
Are you at that point right now? Yeah.
Yes. The fact that a couple of years ago, I was, like I told you, I was training in Sanford, which was Hard Knocks back then. Then I trained in MMA Masters, and then now I'm training at Tiger Simmons. And the fact that I'm with the pros and I'm feeling like a fish in the water, it's like, yeah, I'm ready for whatever it is that they put in front of me.
That's got to be a good feeling when you start feeling like you're one of the guys in those types of gyms. That's got to be good.
Yeah. I really thought that I was gonna get there and they were gonna walk through me in Hard Knocks. God, they're gonna rearrange my face, but no, they were. I was like, wow, I'm feeling good here.
Yeah, I think if you had started when you first saw like Anderson and stuff at that time, the gym situation was a lot different, right? Everybody's just going to war in the gym and having the crazy battles in there. I think it's evolved a lot since then.
Yeah.
Well, you hear about Shoot the Box, right?
Yeah.
And classic wars with like Wanderlei Silva and pretty much knocking everybody in the gym, and it's definitely exactly. It's definitely changed a lot, huh?
Yeah, because it's like CTE is real, you know. You get punched in the or kicked in the head as that many times, and
Yeah.
You have a very fucked up elderly, like, you know.
Yeah.
There's only so many withdrawals you can do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now, right now, since you are in the balance and kind of trying to figure out exactly when you're gonna fight, like how hard do you go in training? You know, because it must be a weird situation when you know that you have a fight lined up. You must have something, you know, like a regimen that you really follow, a structure. But right now, where you're just kind of in limbo.
As of right now, let me see if I can show you from here. This is what I burned today. Let me see.
Okay. Let me see. It seems like we have an app there when I can't really see it. It's kind of it's like 3,000 something calories. Is that right?
3,952 calories today.
That's what I ate today.
That's what I had for lunch.
Yeah, that's what I ate. Jesus, man.
I'm going hard because I mean, I'm doing my sprints. I'm doing every single one of the drills. We're going live. It's just I'm eating properly. I'm eating clean, and I'm trying to stay on top of my calories, stay on top of everything because I really, 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 really want to fight.
Yeah,
as soon as possible. And like I told you, they told me next week we'll do it. I'm 187, 188 right now.
Okay, and you're still fighting at welterweight?
Yeah, I'm still fighting at welterweight. Probably this is gonna be my last fight at welterweight. I'm gonna fight. I'm thinking of fighting lightweight. But it's a little hard when you're 6'4" to drop to 155 is no game.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It sounds like you said 186 right now, 187.
Yeah,
6'4". I bet that sounds like the perfect kind of body style for like a 165-pound division that like a lot of guys are talking about.
Yes.
I wish they would just do that.
Yes,
that should be a standard weight class.
That's the thing. Like, come on, in boxing, it's like a 2 pounds different, and you're already in another division. It's like,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
At this point in your career right now, Jacob, right? What would you say that you know now that you wish you would have known when you first got started?
Jiu-jitsu. No, but seriously, like, if I could turn the time back, I would say, hey, you know what? I should have paid attention to jiu-jitsu. I was one of those guys in the bar that say, hey, that jiu-jitsu shit is not going to work on me. I was one of those guys. So because I have a taekwondo background and a boxing background. And I was like, hey, with punches and kicks and good movement, you're not going to take me down. But I wish I would have paid more attention to jiu-jitsu at the beginning. As of right now, I'm feeling great on the ground. But I wish, I pay a little more attention to it in the beginning and didn't just really wake up like that late.
Yeah.
It seems like that's usually, it's like one way or the other, right? If you have like a stand-up background, it's like, man, I wish I'd focused more on jiu-jitsu early. And then if you were like a mostly jiu-jitsu guy, you're like, man, I wish I focused more on stand-up early. I thought my jiu-jitsu was going to just carry me through,
Yeah. As of right now, I'm training my jiu-jitsu with Manch. He is a black belt by Marcelo Garcia. He's one of my teammates. And nice. He teaches at Hoboken where I was at. And I was... my jiu-jitsu has improved so much ever since I started training with him. His jiu-jitsu is just out of this planet. It's like we like the fight starts standing up, and I'm good. But if I fall to the ground with a guy like Manch, it's like, bro, why are you fighting, bro? I'm like, really?
Oh, that's awesome, man. So, what's the goal, right? Where do you see yourself here in the next few years? Are you trying to just get like a couple more fights under your belt in like local events? And, I'm sure you want to make it to the UFC.
Well, this is gonna sound very crazy because no one has ever done it. And I'm gonna drop to 155. I'm gonna take my first pro fight as a 170. I'm gonna drop to 155. I'm gonna get to the UFC at 155. I'm gonna take that 155 belt. I'm going to get the 170 belt, and I'm going to get the 185 belt, and then that's it. Get your belts back. I'm moving to acting or modeling or whatever. I'm not planning on getting no CTE. That's it. We're making money where we really can't make money. But I'm just taking 170, and it's over. Get your belts. I'm out.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
classic.
That's awesome, man. Do you feel like there's a more clear path to the UFC these days than before?
Definitely. I would say, let's just say that it's easier when if you're charismatic, if you make a good amount of followers, if you're basically an influencer on social media, if you bring the amount of people that it's needed,
Yeah.
do whatever you want in the UFC. You'll get there in no time. They'll give you like come on, Conor McGregor's path to the title. Then
Yeah.
Brandao, a young Holloway that
Wasn't the
Yeah.
Holloway that he is now. Yeah.
and they got to decision, and he
true.
ripped off the Conor McGregor's ACL or MCL. I don't remember.
Yeah, ACL, I think. Yeah.
Now imagine what today's Holloway would do. Like,
oh yeah, that's something that they wouldn't want to set up.
nah.
You know, because it wouldn't go too good for McGregor anymore.
Nah.
Not a chance.
He doesn't even mention him. He doesn't even mention Holloway. Holloway has his Conor McGregor's ACL in his trophy.
True. Yeah. Very true. All right, man. So you're currently managed by Upgrade.
Yes.
Upgrade management team, right?
Yes.
You know, how long have you been with Upgrade?
Well, I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. They have been helping me a lot. They got me a lot of sponsorships. They got me. My team is actually trying to protect me as well, because if a fight comes up at short notice and it's a guy that it's like, of course you don't want to start your pro record gambling. You know, you want something. You want something where someone that's equally as experienced or a little lower or a little higher, but you don't want to start your first pro fight as with a Division I wrestler or one of those Khabib cousins. Like, come on, you know,
one of those Edovs.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it ends with Ob, you know, the last name is like, dude, just stay away right now.
It ends on Imaev or no.
Yeah.
Oh no, man.
Somewhere else.
And how important is it for fighters, man, to have like a solid management team behind them?
100%. It's basically everything. If you have the proper management, if you surround yourself with the proper people, you will do great. Because the problem is that if you just I'm gonna take this short notice fight because you know what, I'll fight anybody, anywhere, any place, then it's gonna be like, if you're tough, there's gonna be someone that's tougher than you. So you have to be smart in this business. You have to really, really, really stay on top of your records, stay on top of how you look in social media. Personally, I don't talk about three things: sexual orientation on my social media, politics, or religion.
Yeah,
otherwise that's just gonna get you banned.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think that's the case in a lot of places, right?
Yes.
Yeah, if you bring up anything like that, no matter what you feel about any of those things, you're gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah,
dude, I don't even bring up COVID in my social media right now because that pisses people off right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you just don't even.
Yeah, I don't want to get in that mess.
I grew up in the 90s, and man, I'm gonna tell you, in the 2000s, bro, and I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody back then was, let's just say, a little. They could take a joke back then. Right now, it was like, oh, he said that. Start recording, and it's like,
canceled.
Yeah.
So it's a different world, man.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a different world. Yeah. Oh man, Will, did you have any other questions for Jacob?
Yeah. What's the story behind the nickname?
Oh, that's funny. So everything started as in my country was El Tigre, but I had a friend that he was like, hey man, you need to think, you need to globalize that. Like, nobody's gonna call you El Tigre in Japan. They're gonna be like, you're right. So it's like, just get the Tiger. I was like, all right, Jacob the Tiger. But I was like, all right, I like it.
Too close to Tony the Tiger, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, too close.
Flakes,
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my Instagram like that. So I tried Jacob the Tiger. No. Jacob wasn't available. Then Jacob dot the Tiger, not available. Jacob dot the Tiger, no. Underscore, no. Dash, no. I was like, oh my god. All right, let's try. Let's try, like, like with a little slang. The TYGA, boom, clears. I was like, oh, look at that. And everybody started liking it. And I was like, hey, what's up, Tyga? And everybody, and in my country, most people knows me for Tyga than for Jacob. Hey, how's the Tyga? They asked me, my mom's in the street, right? And they're like, hey, how's the Tyga going? I was like, and she's like, what, Jacob? Jacob. I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, he's fine.
Nice.
You got to officially change the name now legally, man, since everybody just knows you as a Tyga.
My license, Tyga. That's it.
Yeah.
First name the last name Tyga.
If the rapper doesn't like it, then he's gonna have to catch me on a parking lot and
so
we'll fight for it.
You have a big following then from Panama?
Yes. Most of the people that follow me are from my country. Everybody over there, it's like there's not too many guys that are into MMA. We only have one guy that got to that was my training partner and my head coach. He made it to the UFC. He lost his fight. He got cut. Now we have Jocelyn Edwards, which is right now the biggest star in MMA in our country. She's right now under dominance. And she's doing good. I'm really, really, really happy for her.
That's awesome.
We together as well.
Bueno. Hey, hola a toda la gente en Panamá, ¿eh? Los queremos mucho. The story of the fight, ¿eh?
Claro que sí.
I just had to cut a promo in Spanish. Sorry, Will.
Yeah.
He said something very nasty about you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna translate that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, man. Right. So, how long have you been in New York now?
I moved here over a year and 2 months ago.
A year and 2 months. So, does that mean you're officially like a Yankees fan? Are you a Mets fan? Have you had to pick sides?
A Rangers fan.
A Rangers fan, you go.
There you go. Okay. But
if you want me to be honest with you, I need to update myself when it comes to football and when it comes to basket and when it comes to hockey. Because, man, I really don't know nothing about it, man. I just watch them. I'm not even watching soccer anymore. I used to be a fan of the Barcelona and then I realized, like, oh, Messi doesn't even play there anymore. I was like, what?
Next thing you know.
No clue.
Dude, you're just all focused in your job right now in MMA. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just focused on this. I'm focused and basically, I don't know. I feel like you just have to visualize the things that you want to get to. And I saw Luke Rockhold as my one of my favorite fighters ever. And then we were training partners, and I was like, wow, I was seeing these guys and I didn't even
very pretty man.
Yeah,
he's a good looking guy.
Until he starts talking. He's a good looking guy in the corner. He's like, just stay in the corner and be handsome. That's it. That's
hilarious. Oh, that's awesome.
We partied in my country and I was like, look, just don't tell her nothing. Just look at her. It's pretty.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't open the mouth.
All right. Hey, Rich, do you have anything else? In case you want to hop on and ask a question?
Rich the casual.
Well, Will actually asked one of the ones that I wanted already, so I'm all good. So thank you guys for. Oh, also, if you're gonna pick an NBA team to be a fan of, you should be a fan of the Knicks. Like, they're really bad, but nobody cares how long you've been a Knicks fan. They're just like, man, they're so bad. I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? So that's the one to choose.
They're just glad that you're involved in
they're like, yeah, we're happy to have you, and like they go back really far, and the Nets have Kevin Durant, and like they just got him, and he's like all high profile. So yeah, the Knicks is the way to go, and they suck right now, like really bad. So now's the time to jump on.
Yeah, because then they wouldn't be like, well, you're just a bandwagon fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good call, Rich. Good call. There you go.
That's what I'm here for.
Sound advice from Rich the Casual.
That one down. I'm gonna
I feel like Rich always just pops on with like basketball advice or basketball knowledge, and then just pops right back off.
He's like basketball, Street Fighter, and then
and then he's out.
Yeah.
All right, do you have anything else, Will?
No, that's it. Thank you for coming on, man. Do you have anything you want to plug, like Instagram, anything? Anything you want to promote?
Oh yes, I would like to say thank you to all of my sponsors, Edge Pro, Trifecta, LFG Coffee, Impact Dental Designs are always taking care of my keeping my teeth in the place.
Nice.
Daily Harvest, and thank you Upgrade always for having my back.
Always upgrade, huh? I think that's a slogan I keep on hearing. Always upgrade.
Always upgrade.
Absolutely. And then Instagram, is it just Jacob the Tyga?
Jacob the Tyga.
Boom. There it is, right there.
It is. Where's the
Awesome
on it?
Yeah, I know. He's always on it. Well, Jacob, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother. Hold on just a second. We'll cut out and then we'll talk to you afterwards. But really, I know that you're busy burning all those calories while I'm eating the calories. So you just making the time means a lot to us, man. So thank you.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
And then, after you get your first fights in, man, if you want to hop back on, just let us know.
Definitely. I will let you know once I have my fight. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go once I'm done with that fight. It's gonna go Sports Center viral. Remember, I
yes,
said it first.
absolutely making the call right now. All right, everybody, thank you for listening to this special episode of Story of the Fight.